Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Noire. So we're supposed to be following this guy who lied about being in the Marines and tailing him. We're doing tailing missions
like a
again.
There. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
Yeah, Cole being potentially a war hero himself is probably not too happy about that. Again, it feels like the game may have specifically been designed I'd
have expected a
in
cat
these
like
cases
Arnett to be a better liar.
To have us drive around and find more landmarks. Like 20 hours into the game, and they're just now trying to get us interested in seeing the Hollywood landmarks.
Easy, Cole. Better back it off. Spooked him. Back into traffic, Phelps, now.
That's odd. It didn't fail me, but it did recognize I messed up. I got too close.
Where are you taking us, Henry?
You get a pretty funny idea of what keeping a low profile means, Phelps.
See, I'm getting musical cues that are telling me I'm probably screwing up a couple different ways here. Every now and then we see on the sides of the streets somebody's, there's a house being built. A lot of building of the suburbs in the 40s. So, in construction. Nowadays in LA, I imagine there isn't as much just new construction as there is remodeling, flipping of houses.
Never stepped foot in Okinawa.
Turning something that was a cheaply made house in the 40s nowadays is probably getting remodeled into a $500,000 house in the 2017 era. What are we, the 2010s? I guess that's how you say it. Well, we succeeded on the first try, even though we actually failed a couple times. Secondhand goods, bought and sold.
He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
So I would rather investigate than follow the guy. Like, we went from one follow sequence to another follow sequence. And I can go in incognito, but only, I think, if there's a location you can look at something. So a storefront. What a system. What an awkward, bad system. Honestly. There's certain notes. Sidewalks not even.
What are you doing?
Will this checkpoint me anywhere? Nope.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Hold B to focus on the suspect.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
And so here's the pawn shop. So the game is actively telling me to get closer, and as soon as I get closer, it discovered me. no clue why the crosswalks are not in line.
Gotta get closer.
Like, why is it not in line?
Move in. At risk losing the trail.
Maybe it was the running that caught.
What are you doing?
Caught my attention. Maybe if I don't run. See, this game just doesn't explain itself.
Too much slack.
Like, get closer, get
Perfect,
closer,
Phelps.
get closer.
I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Fine, I will stop running at this point, and I will just walk. And we already know this guy is not very bright, so I don't know why he's catching me. And particularly, I don't care. These follow sequences are awful. How would you do this in VR? There's no way. There's no way you do a sequence like this in VR. It would all have to be a cutscene. And there would be so much taken away from the fact that it is VR with absolutely nothing added to the game because of it.
Move in. At risk losing the trail.
I don't know where he went. Would I like to skip this action sequence and resume the investigation? Yes, because I don't give a darn about having the ability to slowly, stupidly follow an AI. I don't like when AI slowly, stupidly follow me in games. Why would I want to do the opposite?
That's right, Mexico City. One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be. LAPD, the man who just came in here, he bought a ticket?
Yes, sir. To Mexico City tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
What have you got?
He bought a ticket for Mexico City tomorrow night.
That's good, but this is better.
What did he pawn?
Oh my God, it's Fabergé.
Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over. The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case. Arnett only got 600 clams.
See, I see it saying something, but it's not locking in as a clue. Like, I guess there is no clue here. I've sent this every way and it's not vibrating my controller, it's not zooming in. So I don't understand why I had to hit A there. Oh, and let's make a phone call and then run to the parking lot over there. Where's the police? Where's the phone? Oh, it's over here. That's just ridiculous.
Isn't he the cop they've been talking about on the radio?
Operator, give me dispatch.
Eastern
He wants a 5-star.
I don't know what we're
Phelps,
calling
1, 2, 4,
about. I never
7.
do.
How can I help, Detective?
Any messages?
Apparently he doesn't
Yes,
either.
Detective. Detectives Bukowski and Galloway request you return to Hollywood Station. They have information in the Julia Randall case.
Any luck with the arrest record check on Jimmy LeBlanc?
Yes, Detective. Jimmy LeBlanc's last arresting officer was Patrolman Fred Wallace. He's posted the Hollywood 9th Beat Sunset Boulevard between Gordon and Wilcox.
Thanks, man.
So let's try these cars as potential new cars, and then we'll move on. So a couple different ways to go. Let's see if the map has this interesting magazine stand with the exact same magazines. There's kind of only 5 or 6 of them for that entire wall. Let's see, map. Are there any crimes going on? No, it feels like the game doesn't want us to do any side crimes right now, so our locations now become, do we go to the police station or the 9th beat? Let's go to the 9th beat. That's probably not going to prove itself to be an important
You're behind the wheel.
location, but locations in this game do certainly have a tendency to
A
surprise
one-way
me.
ticket to Mexico. Old Henry's looking as guilty as a dog next to a pile of dog shit.
What's his motive?
I can think of a few, but I'd put my money south of the belt. One guy plus 2 dames always equals problems.
Come on, let's give him a hand. Right behind you, Wallace. Detective Phelps.
So,
Wallace, go left. I'm going right after this little prick in the alley.
so we're chasing after these guys. Officer down. I totally messed with that the wrong way. Let's try that again. Here we go.
Wallace, go left. I'm going
Different
right
car,
after this
but
little
clearly
prick in the alley.
programmed car. That's one. We're going for some very shoot first, ask questions later tactic here.
Throw out the guns.
So just trying to get through that quickly. Now we were chasing after 2, so one of those guys was already there.
Outstanding warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him. Bad luck for them.
They're all yours now. We need some information.
Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. Nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years. I missed his partner, though.
His partner?
Big guy.
I had him cornered, and he picked up this huge display case and threw it out a plate glass window. Then he vaulted out of there like something out of Barnum and Bailey.
Got away.
I would have had him, except for LeBlanc yelling, "Run for it, Willie!"
And you think he was an acrobat of some sort?
More like a strongman, a wrestler, or a boxer, that kind of thing.
Thanks. That big help.
You haven't done too badly yourself.
Yeah, shooting all those people. And so, you kind of... His blood stain on the cement. You kind of see where all these side missions would have been squeezed into the main story. If we had more incidences of actually needing to talk to other police officers or just seeing crimes happen. It's time to go to the police station, I guess. There's no other choice.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Still not really satisfied with the number of landmarks I've found. Is he coming? Yeah. Or the number of cars, because now it's going to get really hard.
Still working with Willie?
A strong man held down Randall while someone administered the morphine. Someone with muscle opened up LeBlanc's skull. Could be.
So we've got two different suspects, but we don't know this Willie guy. We haven't found him. So...
We caught up with Mao. He's given us the dope on LeBlanc.
He worked burglaries with a big guy. Goes by the name of Willie. He might be our killer. Can you work boxing gyms, the Y, promoters, that kind of stuff?
Since when have you started giving orders, Phelps? And where's the burglary angle? There was no sign of a...
That's where our net comes in. Next stop, we speak to Lacey about a list of recent burglaries.
Guy's a bum. His office is a front, and he's behind on the rent and his phone bill.
And he's skipping town. Tomorrow.
Let's get him in and beat it out of him.
Do you want to bring in the killer, Rusty?
You could be too smart for your own good, Phelps. We've been talking about that, haven't we, Roy? Stefan?
Finbar?
Sir, I need the contraband list. Items stolen over the last year.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you. Here you go.
Thanks.
Is the cigarette case on there?
Let's see. So we're looking. Is a Fabergé gold cigarette case?
It's here. Arnett must be out of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud.
Black sapphire ring. Is there anything else that maybe is missing?
Seems Julia wasn't the first bored society girl to hide her bennies in that pillbox.
Let's see. Gold and emerald earrings. No. Crystal decanter. Just click on all of them, really. Hard binded Bible. Silverware. Pearl ring.
Even the engagement ring was purloined. Arnett is a cad.
Wood case radio. Interesting. And so I can just hit A here and inch my way up here. It is a nicely animated finger. In the knuckles, it looks a little oddly animated.
Julia Randall's ring. It's here.
So, I got them all by cheating. No penalty for the wrong answer. And now we just need to use all the information, unless technical services has something.
See him? I saw his picture in the paper. He worked
Nope.
that case with the lady that got cut up, like the dollar.
Interrogation room, interview room 2. Let's see if he's in here. Nobody's in 2.
Yeah, the bum took a swipe at me. Put him down with my sap.
Interview room 1. What is my objective here? Come on. thought there was somebody to interview here. Investigate the residence. Alright. So there's actually nobody to even talk to. It was just the police that wanted to talk to me. So let's run around to the place where the cars are. Blood on the ground. Interesting. Let's look at the map. Still no other crimes. Alright, so location. We do have the morphine angle, but it's not really being... It's not really playing much of a role. Like, yes, she was murdered with the morphine, but it's not... It hasn't led us to anything.
Anything you would like to tell me, partner?
Phelps, don't be so touchy. Rusty had his best ever clearance rate working with you. Even if the cases he worked on can't be discussed. We were just comparing notes. You're a Booneroo case man, Phelps. One of the best I've ever seen.
It's kind of a sad statement because...
You gotta learn to take a compliment, Phelps.
Like, if Cole, if the character we're playing in is a great detective, it's just a really bad statement on all the other detectives because we're...
LAPD, ma'am.
You'd hope they would all be able to solve as many cases as we're doing, and better than that, what I'm doing.
I am Mrs. Eastrom. How may I help you?
Wow.
You appear to have recovered
Particularly
some goods that belong to you, ma'am.
Old.
Yes, of course. That terrible burglary.
And a different type of necklace.
No,
well, the top strand of the pearls we've seen before, but I haven't seen the
pieces of my property.
Okay, before we get down to that, I'll
3
have a
other
scotch.
strands.
Thanks, straight up.
Maria, can you get the detective a drink, please?
And that's a fancy dress we haven't seen before too, so maybe that is used. Let's ask about the list of stolen
Can you
items.
describe to us what was stolen?
It would be easier to describe what wasn't stolen, Detective. A priceless tiara that has been in the family for 50 years. A Fabergé cigarette case that was worth $25,000.
Let's see. Valued at 10,000. And the contraband list, I think, is also...
Why are you lying about the value of your jewelry, Mrs. Eastrom?
Who do you think you are? Making heinous accusations in my own home.
Well, we know it's only valued at 10,000.
We recovered the cigarette case from a pawnbroker. No one knows the real value of an item better than those guys.
I inflated its value for the insurance claim. There. Are you satisfied? My daughter's boyfriend was quite taken with the case. I think he was even more disappointed than I was when it was stolen.
Interesting. Who's your daughter's boyfriend?
What can you tell us about the burglary?
A terrible night. At least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered.
Isn't that immediately a doubt? I asked a question they didn't answer.
I get the sense that you're worried about something, Mrs. Eastrom.
I have already received the insurance claim, Detective. Is there any way we could keep the return of these items discreet?
That's about it for now, Mrs. Eastrom. The department will get in touch, let you know how you can recover your valuables.
You have only mentioned a few of the items that have been stolen, Detective. What else has been recovered?
You see, Phelps? That's why you get the drinks in early.
Hello, Mother. Hello, detectives. What is going on?
We'd like to ask exactly the same question.
You have met my daughter?
This morning at work. Oh, mother and father divorced. I took my father's name.
The detectives recovered some of the things that were stolen, darling.
Well, what did you find?
A sapphire ring on the corpse of Julia Randall.
What are you talking about?
Your engagement ring, Miss Swanson. Would you be surprised to know that it was part of the proceeds of a burglary?
That's an outrageous allegation.
Yes, it is. I suggest we go straight to Henry Arnett's place and sort this mess out.
So interesting, we're taking her with us.
KTI Los Angeles, Gene C. Windle Incorporated, broadcasting since 19.
And I've got to drive.
We go now to National News.
Can I get out of this and cheat this? Let's see. Your partner cannot drive at this time. Let's see if we can get through here.
We're missing something here. Arnett is obviously arranging the burglaries.
That's my fiance you're making scurrilous accusations about.
And Randall was obviously his partner.
But neither of them are the type to creep apartments.
You're being ridiculous. Both of you. There's a very good explanation for all of this.
What a sock in it, sister. You're being played for a patsy and you're not even smart enough to see it.
So, how's that open world element going in the game? This is adding so much to the tension and drama, right? Like, it's perfectly helpful and useful to make the player drive through all of this. There we go. Let's see if we can speed this up now a little bit. Oh, so the sun gives some very odd god rays on the left. There. Thread the needle there. Try not to hit too many things. I have never seen a game animated like that. And again, we're getting that kind of Dragnet story. But what I really miss here is, if they were going to do something like Dragnet, most of the episodes had this moralistic speech at the end. Or at least some of them did. It's hard to remember. I only have very vague memories of watching the reruns when I was very young. But we're not getting any of that. The vice cops that we're playing as and our partner are dirty. They don't really care. They all cuss way more than you would expect for a TV version of the 1940s, and they probably cuss more than you'd actually have in the 40s, because I imagine one curse word has a very high chance of starting a fist fight and getting even the police accused of obscenity. Let's see. You can see some lights flickering in and out. Well, they're not flickering as much as fading in. The street lights, look at the ground on the right as you get closer to the street lights. It just appears, and it's incredibly close. And so this is a great example of why you need a really good engine if you're going to allow somebody to drive a car, because with that added speed, you also have that added chance of causing keep LA safe, drive safely. If I'm supposed to be seeing landmarks here, I'm not seeing them as I'm working my way, zigzagging towards it. Here, we'll turn off the radio, the sound for a second. It's got me driving, I think, all the way from one part of LA to the other. And these cars aren't even moving that fast, and they're still having trouble.
Christ alive, this is a nightmare!
Yes, it was totally your fault that I drove directly into the side of your car. What was the point of all of this? That was like 4 minutes. If not longer. Why didn't you just skip to this point? Fade out from leaving the interview. Fade into this point.
Come on, sister. Let's find out who your fiance really is.
I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out that she's in on it. Robbing her own mother.
Welcome, sir. I'm sorry, are you a resident?
Here we've got another newspaper that's not one of those newspapers. Here we have a hallway with nothing in it. Here we've got some more hallways. Do we know which apartment he's in? I guess not, so...
LAPD detectives. We're here to speak to Henry Arnett.
Oh, Mr. Arnett? Apartment 30. You can take the lift.
Thank you.
So this seems like an experiment in having 2 AI follow you.
Well, isn't this just nice and awkward?
Like, so many of these levels feel like tiny little experiments trying to develop an engine to maybe make the next GTA. Maybe that is what they eventually succeeded at doing.
Stop!
Don't kill him, Cole. This guy's our case.
Go on,
Put your hands in the air!
So we need to apprehend him. What? I can't shoot him? Seems like I can shoot anybody else when nobody else cares. I hope he's up here.
Don't make me chase you!
More of this tilting stuff that doesn't matter. Like, why is this in the game? Why would you even want this in the game? If you're approaching this from the concept that this is Rockstar, so I get hit by a piece of wood and he gets away. Like, why would Rockstar want a balancing
Looks like he got you good,
thing?
Phelps.
Yeah, he really packs a wallop. How did I get back here?
Under your own steam, miraculously. He came in through the window, said hello, and then keeled over.
How was Arnett?
He's coming around too. He's all hopped up. Good time to get some answers.
You missing something, Henry?
Let's investigate what's in here. One to Mexico
Heather
City.
you're honeymooning without her? Vacheron Constantine. It's an extremely expensive watch, Henry. A graduation present from my parents.
Yeah, right. This guy is a crook. Interesting dartboard and Confucius Chinese scroll and a gun hanging from the ceiling. Seems an odd choice in decorating. Flashlight. Watermelons. Wonder if we're actually gonna find any clues. I'm kind of surprised the mirrors work. At all.
Incidental.
We're just getting a lot of dings. Not any important things. A grandfather clock. Interesting. I don't know if I would want to spend the effort to try to move a grandfather clock into an apartment. It seems like a dangerous antique to have in what is probably a temporary living arrangement.
Not everything here is going to be relevant.
And we can come out here and stop the music. So we could also look here and see if maybe it says we've already searched all of Arnett's apartment, but I guess not. Let's talk.
We know all about the jewelry ring. You and Randall and LeBlanc and Willie doing the legwork.
I'm in the fashion business.
Let's see, can we prove that's a lie? Let's see, contraband list. Fabergé cigarette case. No, it's a lie.
You're lying, Henry.
How can you prove that I'm involved, detective?
We can do it with the contraband list. Or the Fabergé cigarette case.
Because you pawned a Fabergé cigarette case today for $600. A case that is on a list of stolen items.
It was Julia's idea. Get a list of society parties, find out where and when, and then have the guests prove. Julia was desperate for money. No matter how much we made, she always wanted more.
Interesting to have two characters on the screen at the same time and seeing their facial actions try to line up.
Why did Reed and LeBlanc kill Julia Randall?
I wanted to stop, to get out of that life. She could marry Heather if she had me. Julia told the others that they were out, that she was going to create a new gang.
That doesn't sound believable at all. Why would you create a new gang?
You wanted Julia Randall out of your life.
Why would he want that? Julia was our friend.
Julia was his hump, sweetheart. They were the Bonnie and Clyde of society burglars. He met you and realized he didn't have to steal anymore. He could just mooch from you. He needed Julia out of the way.
Julia was insatiable. She didn't care about anyone, not the least me. She was never going to go back to the poverty she came from. I wanted her to stop.
So that was wrong, apparently.
Who is Henderson?
Still don't understand the system.
Tell them what you
It
know.
makes no sense.
I'll stand by you if you'll only tell the truth.
There is no Henderson.
Let's doubt that.
Give it up, Arnett. You're facing the gas chamber. Give the judge some reason to commute.
You still don't get it, do you? Julia entrapped everyone. She was so beautiful, so goddamn
Henry Arnett, you are under arrest for burglary and for the murder of Julia Randall.
Henderson is Stoneman, all right? I'm not the guy you want. Go talk to the good doctor.
Oh, we will, knucklehead. Meanwhile, we're fitting you for convict stripes.
So it's the doctor that's involved. It is possible that maybe at 720p the resolution would have been so low and people wouldn't have realized, easily seen that there was no handcuffs on this, on all of those people. But honestly, I think it's just this game is half finished. That would be even worse though if they came back and said, we've been working on this game since it's been released. We've had no updates that we've actually released, but now that we're going to come out with a VR version or a re-release or a remaster, it's going to have everything fixed.
You can drive.
Yep. That would be more insulting to the people who originally bought the game than just never patching it at all.
And killed her best friend. Cut the guy some slack.
So how does the doctor fit in?
That's what we're about to find out. Maybe we should ask him to give you a quick once-over. That meathead gave you one hell of a pasting.
I've had worse.
You should have seen yourself staggering back in there like a drunken sailor.
Next time you can take the runner, Roy.
I didn't box in the Marines, though, did I?
Should have never told you that.
So even my partner is driving badly. Oh, with any luck, we might finish this case. It's a pretty dull case, though. Hopefully it doesn't crash again. Like, let's see. Can we look at locations? So it's a burglary ring centered around Julia and the doctor who she was sleeping with to get drugs.
Doctor to give us something to make this all better.
Hang on a moment, sister. Tell him it's Henry Arnett, and tell him it's urgent.
I can't do that.
Tell him, or I'll charge you with obstruction of justice.
Doctor, I'm afraid Mr. Arnett is here to see you, and he says it's urgent.
Send him in. I told you never to come.
Tell us the truth, Doctor.
I'm so glad you came. Prison will be better than insanity, and I'm already half insane with grief. Do you know that I loved her? I ruined my life for her, and yet I still love her.
Will you testify in court that Arnett and Randall did these robberies?
They organized the robberies. Julie would get the names of the guests attending my wife's parties. Didn't matter how much money I showered upon her, it was never enough. She never really cared for me.
Doctor, I'm afraid you're under arrest.
I'm not even sure I fully am following what the story was here.
The practice. You'll call Dr. Gerard. No. Please don't cry.
Look at her hand tone and skin color versus her face.
My children nor my friends, and I don't want a lawyer. Just lock me up and throw away the key.
He's not gonna jump out the window.
What have I done?
Oh, good.
Didn't see that coming.
You should have. The open window was a Chekhov's gun. Somebody had to go through it eventually. And is there anything to collect or do here? Not really. Like, So after that dramatic scene of him killing himself, I'm just supposed to go down the elevator, I guess. Wait.
That old boy really fell for that broad.
I was supposed to call him.
Would you throw it all away for a woman?
Life has a way of making you pay for your pride.
You're quite the romantic, Phelps. Stick with the percentages. Broken hearts are for chumps.
You're talking from experience.
I certainly am. Oh, I like women as much as the next guy. As long as they're in their place and doing what they're told.
I swear.
Thank God I didn't park
So
there.
that's pretty bloody. Alright. So I'm supposed to call somebody.
I was married by a judge.
I don't know why. You can see there's a blue light here, a blue light there, a blue light there. Please call boxes everywhere. There's another blue light over down that direction. And they all light up when you have a message. When you're supposed to call.
I need an ambulance and the coroner immediately to the offices of Dr. Harold Stoneman, 1646 Ivor Street, Hollywood.
En route, Detective. You have a message. Detective Bukowski says the suspect is named Wilson Willie the Wolf Reed, former wrestler. Last known address is an apartment building at the corner of Hollywood and Vine. Detective Bukowski says to meet them there.
On our way.
So we got our new
We have an address
message.
for the runner.
Let's try and wrap this up then.
So I think the story here is everybody was in awe of the beauty of this lady and allowed her to commit all these heinous crimes, and somehow the lady getting
Can you drive to
killed
this one?
was I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say there. It's like supposed to feel bad for her, but also she was the bad guy, so I don't know what story they're telling.
He's around here somewhere. A big guy. Neighbors say he always wears basketball shoes and a cream jacket. And get this. The kids around here say he plays the harmonica.
Find the game well and have the commander set up a dragnet. We want the area closed off. We'll take this side of the street.
And so we're looking, and I imagine
A harmonica playing wrestler. That's a weird one. Think he knits as well?
Just keep your eyes open and your mouth shut. You don't want any bolt-ons.
so I hear harmonica playing. We just run towards that.
Wilson Reed, LAPD, give yourself up.
And what was the couple there doing? Like, how do you dance to a harmonica player? Where is he? Like, I don't understand. He went up here, okay. I missed this completely, even with a light on it. And I have really no interest in trying to get him to give up, so I think I may just shoot him. And he is a murderer. Different chase sequence going on here. Outside of the building to the inside of the building. Is he through this window? Nope. So up more. He's clearly stopping to give me chances to catch him. So he stops, so he can't catch him.
Hold it. He's got to be around here somewhere. No place to go unless he grew wings.
There he is. Waste the son of a bitch.
Well, I guess I'm supposed to shoot this guy. Ooh, we can break all of these? Let's just do them all. Day into Broadway. And then we shot his head.
Son of a bitch really picked this spot for it up here, didn't he? Julia Randall's folks are flying in from New York tomorrow to claim the body. I saw her on the slab. So perfect. Looked like she was made of porcelain. She really made an impression on me.
Well, you had that impact on a lot of men.
Christ, it's cold. You guys did good work here today. Roy, I think you should buy your brother officers a drink.
Do you now? That's very generous of you, Lieutenant.
So I missed one piece of evidence and only got half of the questions right. And I managed to do $253 worth of vehicle damage. It's getting worse and worse. With the doctor dead, only Arnett could have revealed the depths of his infatuation with Julia. So maybe there was one more piece of clue I could have found out. Well, I guess I don't even really want to hit A and continue here because we've gone another 50 minutes. Nothing really tells me that we're going to be on the arson case next time. There still needs to be something here with the morphine that lines up, I feel, or it's just going to be very, very odd. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.